Imagine this. You're standing on a World War II battlefield, the air thick with smoke, the ground littered with debris, and the only sounds are the distant rumble of artillery and the sharp cry of wounded comrades. Suddenly, someone near you falls, bleeding heavily from a limb. You look around for help, but the medics are nowhere in sight. Every second feels like an eternity. In moments like these, survival wasn't just about courage or training. It was about knowledge, quick thinking, and the clever use of what was at hand. Ordinary soldiers, often just teenagers in uniform, were forced to become first responders in the deadliest environment imaginable. Before we dive deeper into these life-saving techniques, take a second to like this video. Comment below if you've ever thought about survival in extreme situations. Share it with friends who are fascinated by history, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss our exploration of these forgotten skills. These lessons from the past aren't just stories. They're tools that could one day save a life. The reality of World War II combat meant that, waiting for professional medical care could be a death sentence. Soldiers had to act immediately to control bleeding and prevent infection. In countless cases, limbs were injured, and hemorrhage could kill in just a few minutes. This urgency led to the development of simple yet highly effective field techniques. Direct pressure was the most reliable first response. It sounds basic, almost too obvious to matter, yet under fire it became a skill honed with desperation. Soldiers learned to apply pressure in a firm, sustained way, often using their own clothing or belts in the absence of proper field dressings. The goal was always the same: stop blood loss long enough for the wounded to reach more advanced care. One of the most fascinating and honestly frequently overlooked tools of the era was sulfanomide powder, an early form of antibiotic carried by Allied soldiers. Issued in small tins or packets, this powder had two critical functions. First, it helped accelerate clotting, slowing the deadly loss of blood. Second, it reduced the risk of infection, which in World War II could be as lethal as the injury itself. Soldiers would pour the powder directly into the wound, then cover it with a field dressing. The result was a rapid two-part defense against death, a combination of mechanical pressure and chemical aid that often turned potentially fatal injuries into survivable ones. The beauty of this technique lay in its simplicity. In under a minute, a fellow soldier could apply sulfur powder and secure a dressing tightly, buying precious time in the chaos of battle. It wasn't always perfect, and not every soldier had access to these packets. But the principle was universal. Act quickly, use what you have, and focus on buying time for the body to endure. When the ideal tools weren't available, improvisation became critical. Clean cloth could replace a field dressing, while snow could temporarily slow bleeding in cold environments. Soldiers learned to rely on pressure and layered protection, understanding that even the most rudimentary methods could mean the difference between life and death. This adaptability, really highlights one of the most important lessons of wartime medicine. Survival often depended on the ability to make effective decisions with limited resources. From history to modern survival. The principles behind these World War II techniques are honestly remarkably relevant today. Modern clotting agents like QuickClot or Kellogg's are direct descendants of the wartime sulfanomide approach, providing rapid hemorrhage control and infection prevention. Yet the core lesson remains the same. Stop bleeding quickly, apply sustained pressure, and protect the wound until professional help can arrive. For campers, survivalists, and really anyone preparing for emergencies, these skills are just, well, invaluable. Carrying a small packet of clotting agent, understanding how to apply pressure effectively, and maintaining composure in high-stress situations can honestly be the difference between life and death. History also teaches us, the importance of mental readiness. Soldiers who acted decisively under fire did so because they had trained, internalized the methods, and accepted that hesitation could be fatal. For those exploring survival history today, adopting a similar mindset, preparing, practicing, and understanding the principles makes these lessons far more than just academic knowledge. What makes these techniques extraordinary isn't just their effectiveness, it's the philosophy of survival they represent. In a world without immediate professional help, every soldier became a guardian of life, improvising with courage, speed, and, ingenuity. The combination of direct pressure, chemical aid, and careful monitoring wasn't a medical procedure. It was, in fact, a life-saving philosophy in action. The story of sulfur powder and battlefield dressings isn't just a historical curiosity. It's actually a roadmap for anyone interested in preparedness, survival, or, applied history. Fast action, improvisation, and smart use of available resources remain timeless principles. So remember, when it comes to survival, history is more than stories. It's a manual of practical skills. Keep exploring, practicing, and learning. And if you found this guide valuable, make sure to like this video, comment below with your thoughts or experiences, share it with friends who love history and survival, and subscribe to Warcraft Survival for more deeply researched, actionable insights from the past. Every lesson we uncover brings us one step closer to mastering the art of preparedness, just like the soldiers of World War II did on the battlefield.